Shit is a crying shame right now. It's a crying shame. If I'm gonna tell it, then I gotta tell it all. Damn, blood inside my Superman drawers. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I gotta keep my part two of my confessions. Greetings, everyone, and welcome back to our very first episode of Surviving Usher's Mother's Confessions. We're surviving Usher's mother, and I'm going to give you guys time to come in the building because this is pure survival at this point. This is pure survival. And there's just so much going on right now. It's just so much going on. And we're not going to be disrespectful to Usher's mother. I just want to let y'all know that right now. We're not going to be disrespectful, but I got to sit down and I got to talk to this woman because there's so much going on in the industry right now. And it's a crying shame to me. It's a crying shame for Usher's mother to allegedly be blaming him for something that happened to him as a kid. Okay, so for my safety, I have to say allegedly. Okay, this is allegedly. But I got this information and I'm going to react to it. If I gotta tell it, then I'm gonna tell it all. Damn near bled inside my Superman drawers. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I gotta keep part two of my confession. This is crazy, guys, and this is pure survival. And as I told y'all before, I was very respectful with Diddy Glover's mother. I was very respectful with Diddy Glover's mother. And excuse all the tears. Excuse all the tears. But I've been crying for the last 25 minutes straight. I've been crying because first of all, ma'am, Usher was a kid. He was a kid. And you, mother of Usher, you dropped him off at Diddy Glover's house. Now, I understand you're getting all this information. All of these sick allegations are coming out about Diddy Glover. So now you're feeling like a bad parent. This is what I'm starting to think, Usher's mother. If you allegedly threatening to disown him if he don't come clean about his secret love affair with Diddy Glover when he was a kid, why weren't you talking about that years ago, ma'am? When you dropped your 14-year-old son off with a grown man that was a savage, that was allegedly involved in Tupac's murder and Biggie's murder, you dropped him off at his house. Now, I don't know if these stories was out there about Biggie and all that shit, but I don't think Diddy Glover had the greatest reputation back then, ma'am. So for you to threaten to disown your child after he was on them skates, he just did a super phenomenal performance at the Super Bowl, at the halftime performance, Super Bowl halftime. Everybody saw Usher on them skates. When I saw the way your son was moving on them skates, and no homo, but I wanted to go get me a set of skates. Usher made me want to put my fat ass back on a pair of skates or some rollerblades or something. I said, if Usher can do it, I can goddamn do it too. You know, this is pure survival. It's so much stuff. Salute to everybody coming in the building. It's so much new stuff that's happening with the whole Diddy Glover thing. And I just think, to me, from the outside looking in, I don't think Usher's mother got no room. And I don't want y'all to bash her. I don't want y'all to be mean and bash Usher's mother. I get it. She's embarrassed because there's so many things that's going on about her son and Diddy Glover's alleged love affair. You know what I mean? So she's clearly bothered by it. But my whole thing, ma'am, they've been talking about this stuff with Diddy Glover for years. You know what I mean? Do you feel like you're a bad parent now because you dropped him off? I mean, he did become successful, but for you to threaten allegedly to disown him, why would you do that? You know what I mean? Even if your son had a love affair with this man, you know what I'm saying? Clearly he was a kid, so you know what I mean? It was out of his control. And now you want him to make a confession You want him to tell the whole world Usher may be embarrassed about the situation. And Russell Simmons, you need to go sit your ass down. Surviving the fact that Russell Simmons, him and the candles, and his sitting Indian style yoga taking ass need to sit down somewhere. Russell, what you just did recently, dude, I'm gonna come for you. Russell, I'm gonna comedically tear your ass up. Why would you post the sick picture that you posted with Usher just this morning? I don't know if you guys saw where Russell Simmons just posted a picture with Usher looking like he buck naked, sitting behind him, talking about some creepy shit. Yes, Russell Simmons just posted a picture of Usher this morning. And he says some real weird ass shit in that picture. Now, I don't know if Russell Simmons is jealous because Diddy Glover is getting all the motherfucking attention for having a secret love affair allegedly with Usher. I don't know if he's jealous, but you should be somewhere quiet, dude. Like they still on your head. You know what I mean? The feds are still trying to butter your biscuit, and you want to post a picture of you and Usher, and it looked very inappropriate. Very inappropriate. And shout out to Jordan Tower TV. Pretty cool, honest white guy. He posted it, and I just saw it. And I'm going to show the people, what do they think about this picture that you just post and the creepy shit you just said about Usher? I don't get it, Russell. I thought you wanted to be out of trouble. But it looks like you want to try. I don't know what you doing. I honestly don't know what the fuck you doing. But let me get back to Usher's mother. Anybody, all of the women on here that are mothers, if you drop your child off with a grown ass man, and he's 14 years old, you can't get mad at your child when he gets older if you hear that the man was fighting over cereal or he might have got, some freaky shit may have happened to him. It's your fault, ma'am. But you also, if it wasn't for you, Usher wouldn't be so, talented and all that. You gave him life. I'll give you that. You bought him his first set of skates. But you can't, what were you thinking about years ago when you dropped him off?
So when you
That's my whole thing, Usher's mom. What did you think when you dropped him off? You weren't thinking about that. You must have been thinking about the money, ma'am. So for you to come back all these years later talking about Usher better come out and tell the truth about him and Diddy, you feel so embarrassed, that you left him with this disgusting man, you should be blaming yourself. You should be blaming yourself, in my opinion. I'm sorry. Salute to everybody that's coming in. I'm so frustrated during survival. I'm so frustrated surviving the fact that I'm so frustrated. Because it's crazy that the parents, now that the Hollywood is starting to fold. And I'm going to also tell y'all an update on Diddy Glover. The girl that was sitting on his lap when he was playing Santa Claus in the studio, the young girl, the judge already said that she has to show who she is. You know what I mean? So Diddy Glover won. He won the first part of that case. And the only thing I'm saying he won is the fact that the girl has to show who she is. The judge just put that order just came in today. So whoever that first Jane Doe is, we are about to find out. Or I think Diddy Glover, since the girl don't want to show who she is because she feel like she going to be embarrassed if we knew that she was the girl that was being trafficked and all that type of stuff, she may take a small little settlement just so we won't see her. So I won't be surprised if that one may go under the rug. And Rodney, salute to Rodney, Diddy Glover's new victim, the music producer. They trying to say, oh, everything that he put in that, the lawyer put in there is a lie and all kinds of shit. Diddy's lawyers is really trying to fight. You know what I mean? And trying to make it like that dude just came out, made up a lie. Meek Mills and all this stuff. They never had a love affair. Like, he just putting crazy stuff in there. Cuba Gooding Radio didn't try to make love to him on a on a fucking yacht. None of this shit. But Diddy, you're not going to come out. You're not going to get away with this, dude. If you're allegedly guilty of this. But Usher's mother, you should be ashamed of yourself, in my opinion, ma'am, and I'm being very respectful, to blame Usher and threaten to disown him when I'm pretty sure his money got you where you are right now, ma'am. You dropped your little kid off at Diddy camp. You dropped him off at Diddy camp. And now, all these years later, because of the shit that came out about Diddy, and you probably embarrassed around your friends and family that's saying, damn, why did you leave him with him? You know what I mean? So you should be on your son's side. You should be, if he was going through this shit as a kid, Usher probably be going through some trauma right now. We don't know what Usher probably going through in his head. Usher still feel like Diddy is his friend. He feels like Diddy Glover is his friend. Surviving the fact that he feel like Diddy Glover was his lover and his friend. So he don't want to turn Diddy Glover in. This is pure survival at this point, man. But I need y'all to smash that like button, share this video, and I need y'all opinion on Usher's mom allegedly threatening to disown him. Do y'all feel like it was her fault for dropping him off at 14 years old with this grown-ass man? How could you blame him? This lady is crazy to me. Pure survival.
So when you came to Atlanta and your son gets into this group and he's doing well, you're his mother. How did you make sure that people didn't take advantage of him? I was assertive.
Now you see how that lady asked her, you're his mother. When he came to Atlanta, how did you make sure that people didn't take advantage of him? And look how you took all long to answer that question, ma'am.
So when you came to Atlanta and your son gets into this group and he's doing well, you're his mother. How did you make sure that people didn't take advantage of him? I was assertive. Okay? I did my homework.
Well, it looks like Miss Johnetta either didn't do her homework well or she knew what was happening to Usher and didn't do nothing. I mean, by now you've already heard all the crazy things that Usher allegedly went through when he was being mentored by P. Diddy, right?
So I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you
I
seeing?
went there to see the lifestyle,
Right.
and I saw it, and it was, but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
However, a lot of people have also been wondering, where was Usher's mother while her teenage son was allegedly sharing a bed with a grown man? Like, they're...
Exactly. You want to disown this man, but where were you at, ma'am, when he was fighting over cereal with this grown savage? Where were you at, ma'am? Why didn't you roll up and get Usher a new box of Fruit Loops? Instead, you let him sit there and fight hard like a warrior. You ever fight Diddy Glover over some cereal before? You don't know how hard that is to fight Diddy Glover over cereal when you were a little teenager. But Usher, no. But where was you at, man? This is my confession. You want Usher to make a confession. Why don't you make a confession that you weren't the greatest parent by dropping him off as a kid? I'm not saying you're a good mother, ma'am. But if you allegedly saying this is pure survival. And I need to say something to you. Surviving the fact that I need to say something to you.
So when you came to Atlanta and your son gets into this group and he's doing well, you're his mother. How did you make sure that people didn't take advantage of him? I was assertive. Okay? I did my homework.
Well, it looks like Miss Johnetta either didn't do her homework well or she knew what was happening to Usher and didn't do nothing. I mean, by now you've already heard all the crazy things that Usher allegedly went through when he was being mentored by P. Diddy, right?
So I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you
I
seeing?
went there to see the lifestyle,
Right.
and I saw it, and it was, but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
However, a lot of people have also been wondering, where was Usher's mother while her teenage son was allegedly sharing a bed with a grown man? Like, there have always been talks about how much of a great mother she was for being so involved with Usher's career.
My mother has contributed everything to who I am and what I am as a person, as a human being.
So it's hard for a lot of people to believe that she didn't know what was going on.
So do y'all think that she knew what was going on? Because that's what they saying right now. That, ma'am, you knew what was going on with Usher. I can see the smile on your face, ma'am. You know what I'm saying? This is why you got a $1,000 wig on right now. Because of Usher. This is why you are iced out, ma'am. Because of Usher. You weren't thinking about this as a kid, ma'am. In my opinion, you was thinking about the money. I'm not saying you knew about Diddy Glover and your son's alleged love affair. I'm not saying that you knew about this years ago, even though they talked about it years ago. But people want to know, did you know about it? Or are you trying to just detach yourself from it and put it all on Usher and make it like, well, I'm going to disown him if he don't come out and tell the truth? Why didn't you tell him that years ago is my only thing.
Like, there have always been talks about how much of a great mother she was for being so involved with Usher's career.
My mother has contributed everything to who I am and what I am as a person, as a human being.
So it's hard for a lot of people to believe that she didn't know what was going on. Did she let it go without saying anything? Did she have any power in preventing it? Here's the thing. When Usher was first signed to LaFace Records, as a young teen, his mom gave him to Diddy as a mentor. And at 14 years old, Usher moved to New York to stay with Diddy.
Remember, Usher went to stay with Puffy. Now, that was a business decision right there. Because I didn't know Puffy. I didn't know him.
But for years, it has always...
Now, you heard what she said? Usher went to go stay with Puffy because it was a business decision. So it sounds like you were thinking about the money, ma'am. You just said out your own mouth you didn't know Puffy. So why would you drop him off with this man if you didn't know him? Like you said, it was a business decision. I'm being very respectful, Miss Usher's mother. I'm being very respectful. Surviving the fact that I'm being very respectful, but you admit that you dropped him off and didn't even know Diddy Glover well. Y'all got to smash that like button, guys. This is pure survival. We got 1,000 people in the building. Smash that like button. We got to get on Usher's mother. For real, I'm sorry. Respectfully, ma'am, I got to tell you about yourself.
When Usher was first signed to LaFace Records, as a young teen, his mom gave him to Diddy as a mentor. And at 14 years old, Usher moved to New York to stay with Diddy.
Remember, Usher went to stay with Puffy. Now, that was a business decision right there. Because I didn't know Puffy. I didn't know him.
But for years, it has always been said that Diddy did more than just mentor Usher. Other than exposing him to adult stuff as a teen, there have also been rumors that Diddy also took advantage of Usher.
So Puffy was there, and I will never forget it. We had this conversation, and he said, "You're going to have to trust me."
Now, do you want to...
Now, you heard what she just said. Diddy Glover told you, with your 14-year-old child, ma'am, you're going to have to trust me. And what did you do? You trusted the money, in my opinion. I don't think you trusted him. You trusted the money because there's a lot of people in the industry that was letting their young kids be with these people for the money. You was thinking about your own life. And I'm just saying this respectfully. So to allegedly threaten to disown him, I don't get it, ma'am. You were all for it when it came to the money. You know what I mean? And this is why Usher won't make a confession. He won't tell on Diddy Glover. You know what I mean? Because they was allegedly lovers and friends. He damn near raised them. You know what I'm saying? This is pure survival at this point.
Did she have any power in preventing it? Here's the thing. When Usher was first signed to LaFace Records, as a young teen, his mom gave him to Diddy as a mentor. And at 14 years old, Usher moved to New York to stay with Diddy.
Remember, Usher went to stay with Puffy. Now, that was a business decision right there. Because I didn't know Puffy. I didn't know him.
But for years, it has always been said that Diddy did more than just mentor Usher. Other than exposing him to adult stuff as a teen, there have also been rumors that Diddy also took advantage of Usher.
So Puffy was there, and I will never forget it. We had this conversation, and he said, "You're going to have to trust me."
Now, do you want to tell me that Usher's mom was not seeing what was happening, yet literally everyone else saw how much Usher was being exposed to some weird things? Ed Lover even once recalled a time when he went to the club and Usher was drinking himself crazy.
And I look to my right, and there's a kid standing there drinking champagne.
Oh, no.
And I couldn't help but wonder who the hell let their child come into this club, stand in the VIP section, and drink champagne. I mean,
now you hear Ed Lover. Shout out to Ed Lover. Shout out to the 1,200 people in the building. Continue to smash that like button. Share this video. We are surviving Usher's mother. Okay? This is pure survival. Ed Lover just said he saw Usher at 14 years old drinking champagne 14 years old, 14, 15 years old in the VIP section. And he just said, what parent let their child be in the VIP section drinking champagne at 14? This is pure survival. So I wonder why Usher probably going through mental problems and mental breakdowns, you know what I'm saying, and shit like that, fighting with whatever he got inside. We don't care about his sexuality, ma'am. We just care if Diddy Glover took advantage. But we not trying to make it like, oh, we're going to disown Usher's music, or we're going to act like Usher is not the fucking star and the iconic motherfucker that he is. We're not going to treat him like that. We're not going to ban him if he like men, girls, or whoever. We don't care. We are surviving Diddy Glover over here, ma'am. So for you to try to trade on your own son and get mad at him threatening to disown him, I'm not going to have that. Surviving the fact that I'm not going to have that.
Literally everyone else saw how much Usher was being exposed to some weird things. Ed Lover even once recalled a time when he went to the club and Usher was drinking himself crazy.
And I look to my right, and there's a kid standing there drinking champagne.
Oh no.
And I couldn't help but wonder who the hell let their child come into this club, stand in the VIP section, and drink champagne. I mean, guzzling champagne out the bottle.
Then he said that it was only after Usher's album dropped that he realized that the child with P. Diddy at the club guzzling champagne at the VIP section was Usher. And Usher himself said that when he was living with Diddy, he got to witness things that a teenager should never be exposed to.
What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place, and I didn't necessarily understand it.
He also spilled during an interview with Essence magazine that Diddy really did expose him to some nasty things. According to the magazine, Usher was very calm when he was asked about other things, but when the talk turned to his time living with P. Diddy, Usher became surprisingly restrained, and he simply said, I want to save some stuff for my book one day. I'll put it this way, there was a lot of sex. And when he was asked whether as a dad he would ever send his son to Puffy Flavor Camp, his answer was pretty clear.
14 years old. You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy Camp?
Hell no.
Keep in mind,
Now, the boy said he'll never salute to the 1,500 people in the building. We are surviving Usher's mother. And Usher said he wouldn't send his own son or his own kids to Diddy Camp, ma'am. But you sent them to Diddy Camp. And now you're allegedly threatening to disown him? You should be ashamed of yourself. Surviving the fact that Usher's mother should be ashamed of herself. We must meditate, guys, because this is pure survival. And I forgot to meditate. We're going to meditate for Usher, because Usher still feels like they were lovers and friends. They were lover and friends. That's why he don't want to tell. We got to meditate for Usher. This is pure survival. We must meditate. Wherever. I would never lie to you again. This is pure survival. This is how Usher feel about Diddy Glover. I will never lie again. Ooh, ooh, yeah. You will always be. I will never lie again. I will never lie again. Friend like you. They was lovers and friends. Hold up. See you in my window. I'm thinking of you. All the fun things we used to do. When they used to fight over cereal. Feel the pain, please come back to me. Cause a friend like you won't last once in a lifetime. Again, I will never lie again. Cause Diddy Glover, you will always be my friend. This is pure survival right now. Pure survival, guys. We are surviving Usher's mother. You don't understand, ma'am. We must meditate during survival. You know, your son and Diddy Glover were lovers and friends, allegedly. So you can't get mad at him and try to trade. Usher survived Diddy Glover, and now he got to survive his own mother. This is crazy, guys. pure savagery.
Drinking champagne.
Oh no.
And I couldn't help but wonder who the hell let their child come into this club, stand in the VIP section, and drink champagne. I mean, guzzling champagne out the bottle.
Then he said that it was only after Usher's album dropped that he realized that the child with P. Diddy at the club guzzling champagne at the VIP section was Usher. And Usher himself said that when he was living with Diddy, he got to witness things that a teenager should never be exposed to.
What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place, and I didn't necessarily understand it.
He also spilled during an interview with Essence magazine that Diddy really did expose him to some nasty things. According to the magazine, Usher was very calm when he was asked about other things, but when the talk turned to his time living with P. Diddy, Usher became surprisingly restrained, and he simply said, "I want to save some stuff for my book one day." I'll put it this way, there was a lot of sex. And when he was asked whether as a dad he would ever send his son to Puffy Flavor Camp, his answer was pretty clear.
14 years old. You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy Camp?
Hell no.
Keep in mind that when it comes to the things Diddy himself did to prove that he should have never been left with Usher, the receipts are endless. For instance, there was a time when Diddy admitted while he was drunk that he used.
This is pure survival.
People didn't think it could get any better than a
This is
classic
pure survival.
juicy
Salute
Sonic
to the
cheeseburger.
1,300 people
Then
in the
we went ahead
building.
and piled it high with
Salute to all of you guys.
right here.
We must, check her. And salute to the super chat. Undisclosed dude channel Bernie Mac his voice. Oh, salute to you for the $2. You can hear the similarities. Oh, salute to you. Thank you. You know what I mean? But yo, and salute to everybody in the building, man. Like, Usher was fighting this man over cereal, and you threatening to disown your own child, but you couldn't go take him another box of cereal. This is crazy, guys. This is pure
I
survival.
want to save some stuff for my book one day. I'll put it this way, there was a lot of sex. And when he was asked whether as a dad he would ever send his son to Puffy Flavor Camp, his answer was pretty clear.
14 years old. You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy Camp?
Hell no.
Keep in mind that when it comes to the things Diddy himself did to prove that he should have never been left with Usher, the receipts are endless. For instance, there was a time when Diddy admitted while he was drunk that he used to wake up with Usher.
My brother right here from day one, we used to wake up and, pause, but like just back in the days when he was like 10 and I was...
And look, Kevin Hart just burst out laughing. Diddy Glover couldn't even help himself. It just came out. It just came out. You know what I mean? Out of nowhere, he like, yeah, me and Usher used to wake up together. Then he had to check himself. You know what I mean? He just started dropping secrets, making a confession on accident. This is crazy, guys.
Right here from day one, we used to wake up and, pause, but like just back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the frosted flakes. You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you, Kevin Hart's reaction when Diddy was saying whatever he was saying spoke volumes. Let's not even begin with Usher's reaction because he looked hella embarrassed. And I don't know about you, but the way Diddy always behaved around Usher was a little bit sus.
Take your time with it. Breathe it in. Yeah, there you are. When you go see this for you. This ain't for nobody else with you. You take your time, boy.
Look how Diddy Glover is spinning around Usher. Usher's on stage, about to go out and perform, and the motherfucker's in Easter pink. He in an all Easter pink suit. An Easter pink suit. Surviving Usher's Easter pink suit. But Diddy Glover's walking around a circle telling them, oh, man, you're doing it. Oh, you're looking so wonderful. One of the best Easter bunnies I ever seen. I'm talking about he's walking around him as he trying to go perform. And he's loving all on his suit and loving all on his shoulders and ankles and just rubbing on his kneecaps. This is crazy, guys.
Spoke volumes. Let's not even begin with Usher's reaction because he looked hella embarrassed. And I don't know about you, but the way Diddy always behaved around Usher was a little bit sus.
Take your time with it. Breathe it in. Yeah, there you are. When you go see this for you. This ain't for nobody else with you. You take your time, boy. I see you. Fly ass motherfucker doing Vegas. You in the kitchen. Eating all my cereal.
And look at that. Usher got a whole concert, and Diddy Glover is up there yelling while he's walking out, looking at him from the back, talking about, yeah, you was eating up all my cereal. Why is you still talking about cereal? You telling me you didn't get over the cereal? You a grown ass man, 100 and something years old, and you out there yelling at Usher about cereal when he about to perform for the world, Diddy Glover. This is pure survival. Listen to him talk about his cereal on stage. He said they was fighting over cereal when Usher was 10. You're 130 something years old right now, Diddy, and you sitting there yelling at him about that old ass box of cereal. This is crazy. Listen to the motherfucker.
Breathe it in. Yeah, they yours when you go see this for you. This ain't for nobody else but you. You take that time, boy. I see you. Fly ass motherfucker doing Vegas. You in the kitchen. Eating all my cereal.
Let's also not forget that there has also been questionable tea on Usher, but maybe that's all because of what Diddy exposed him to when he was growing up under his wing.
But since you're in Atlanta, you can take us in a little bit more. So what is the word on the street and what that marriage is about?
We're going to hold that for a later date, but
Okay.
what you think you heard is what's on the street.
Okay, so he's how you doing?
Yeah, we know what Wendy Williams and Dwight Eubanks meant by saying Usher was how you doing. There were also reports some time back that Usher found the time to have some good time in a gay club after some Broadway shows. According to someone who also went to the club, everyone was in Usher's dressing room drinking champagne when someone came up with an idea that they should go to a club. That's when the source claimed the group went to a popular gay nightclub saying, we weren't looking for a gay club. It just happened. I mean, most of us were gay, so we just went to a place we knew.
And we don't care if Usher was going to a gay nightclub. We don't give a shit. You know what I mean? What we care about is the fact that his mother is trying to blame all of this shit on him. Instead of you coming out cursing out Diddy Glover, you sitting there cussing out your own son, talking about you ready to disown him. Why don't you disown Diddy Glover? Surviving the fact that you need to disown Diddy Glover? You can't get mad at your own son. This is pure survival at this point. And I'm not going to break down crying again, ma'am. I'm not going to break down crying. You know what I mean? But it's just so heart-wrenching that you can blame a boy that was a child.
Interesting much? Apparently, that's when the night began to heat up. As the source said, there were half-naked men.
And then you see the Usher's hair color. When he started having that hair color, you should have known right there that he was surviving Diddy Glover. When Usher started to look like Cisco, you know what I mean? Y'all niggas gonna make me unleash the dragon. I don't know you really wanna unleash the dragon. Diddy, if you hear me say, yeah. Shorty, if you hear me say. Once he started to unleash the dragon, ma'am, you should have known right there when Usher had the Cisco unleash the dragon hairstyle. This is pure survival.
Apparently, that's when the night began to heat up. As the source said, there were half-naked men everywhere, and Usher didn't seem to mind. Then, according to the source, Usher struck up a conversation with an older gentleman, and he even explained the situation, saying, Usher was talking up in this guy's face. I thought the two of them were going to start kissing. At first, I couldn't believe my eyes, but then I thought, this is Chelsea, so anything goes. The source also said, about 20 minutes after we got there, a crowd started to form around Usher, and we decided that it was time to leave. We all had a lot of fun, though. Then, when asked whether Usher had a good time also, the source said, I know he did. And do you remember when several people claimed that Usher gave them herpes? A woman named Quantasia Sharpton, along with a Jane Doe and a John Doe, sued Usher, claiming that they all had relations with Usher, and they all said he risked their health by not telling them about his alleged diagnosis and were seeking unspecified damages. The woman, who did not identify herself, said that she slept with Usher at least twice, and after contracting herpes from him, her twins were stillborn. Apparently, stillbirth is a direct consequence of giving birth while infected with.
So when Usher allegedly gave this girl herpes, you know what I'm saying? Why didn't you say nothing then, ma'am? When Diddy Glover allegedly gave him the herpes and he allegedly gave it to this girl and she had to take steroids. That's why her weight went up like that. She was actually like this big before she started to take the steroids to help her get the affection from the herpes. You know what I mean? You should have spoke up then, ma'am. This is pure survival. Y'all got to smash that like button. We got 1,400 people in the building, and we are surviving Usher's mother's confessions.
And do you remember when several people claimed that Usher gave them herpes? A woman named Quantasia Sharpton, along with a Jane Doe and a John Doe, sued Usher claiming that they all had relations with Usher, and they all said he risked their health by not telling them about his alleged diagnosis and were seeking unspecified damages. The woman, who did not identify herself, said that she slept with Usher at least twice, and after contracting herpes from him, her twins were stillborn. Apparently, stillbirth is a direct consequence of giving birth while infected with herpes. But I am more interested with the John Doe who claimed he had a night with Usher at a Koreatown spa in Los Angeles. Let's just say that a lot of people were not having a hard time believing the John Doe, because if Diddy really put Usher through everything that has been said, maybe part of it stayed with him. At this point, I think Usher's mom probably knew, and it's most likely one of the things that haunts her, and she will never forgive Diddy. Well, you see how you've been wondering whether Usher's mom knew what was going on? Howard Stern had the same concerns, and when he asked Usher about it, Usher said his parents didn't know nothing.
Mary J. Blige, they didn't know nothing about this.
Apparently.
Now look at that. Your son defended you, ma'am. Howard Stern asked your son, did you know about what was going on? And he said no. So for you to allegedly threaten to disown him, it baffles me. It baffles me. Surviving the fact that it baffles me. Y'all got to smash that like button, guys. YouTube got to know. We got 1,300 people in the building. This is crazy. Usher defended you, ma'am. We got 1,500 people watching right now. This is pure survival. Which cities and which states are you guys at? I want to know right now. Because we are surviving Usher's mother. And it's just horrific for her to threaten to disown him when she never said nothing before. Yeah, I'm in Milwaukee in the building. United Kingdom, New York City, Boston, you know what I'm saying? Little Rock, AR, Chicago, London in this motherfucker, Texas, Chicago, oh, it's getting crazy. Memphis, Philly, oh yeah, see? New Orleans, it's just going up. It's just going up during survival. Memphis, Tennessee, India, Canada, oh man, Arkansas, Bird, England, oh my God, good day, mate. It's just pure survival at this point, Diddy Glover. We have everybody all over the world watching this. And Usher's mother, this is my confession, okay? If you thought that something was going on between Diddy Glover and your son, you shouldn't have never dropped him off at 14 years old. Surviving the fact that you shouldn't have never dropped him off at 14, it's too late to try to complain now, ma'am. It's too late.
But I am more interested with the John Doe who claimed he had a night with Usher at a Koreatown spa in Los Angeles. Let's just say that a lot of people were not having a hard time believing the John Doe, because if Diddy really put Usher through everything that has been said, maybe part of it stayed with him. At this point, I think Usher's mom probably knew, and it's most likely one of the things that haunts her, and she will never forgive Diddy. Well, you see how you've been wondering whether Usher's mom knew what was going on? Howard Stern had the same concerns, and when he asked Usher about it, Usher said his parents didn't know nothing.
Mary J. Blige, they didn't know nothing about this.
Apparently, in Kim Porter's tell-all book that was supposed to come out before she died, she also wrote that Usher's mom confronted Diddy when she found out about what was happening. Okay, but what exactly did she do after finding out what was happening? Because as far as I'm concerned, there was no repercussions at all. She literally just continued to focus on Usher's career.
I am the person that makes the magic happen. And I want to spend my time, working on making it perfect.
Guys, let me know what you think, because I don't want to imagine that Usher's mom knew and did nothing. Do you think that she knew what was going on even earlier? Do you really think she confronted Diddy about the allegations that were making rounds? Sound off in the comments section below, and don't forget to check out this next video.
Yes, do y'all think that Usher's mother knew something weird was going on? If y'all think that, put it in the comments. Even if you don't see me reading it right now. Yes, she the mother. Hold on. Usher's mother is very pretty. Okay. Do y'all think I'm frustrated because I'm tired of hearing Listen, it's pure survival. You know what I mean? It's like, it's so much stuff that's coming out. You know what I mean? It's hard not to. You know what I'm saying? Diddy Glover is the gift that keeps on giving. I'm trying to tell you. You know what I'm saying? And Russell Simmons just came out and posted Usher with his shirt off and some type of yoga. Listen, let me show y'all what Russell Simmons just put out today, which is crazy. Like, why would you put this out right now? I don't get it. I really don't get it. and you ran to a whole nother country so you can not be a part of shit, and you want to put you and Usher new picture out. That's just crazy, guys. Look what Russell Simmons just put out. And shout out to Jordan Tower. Jordan Tower TV. I was watching this, and the stuff he wrote about him and Usher is like, why did you write that?
I guess you'd call it a correct.
And if you didn't want nothing to do with this stuff, why are you coming out right now, Russell? You should be minding your business.
JT News, make sure you smash that.
Look at what Russell Simmons just put out this morning.
The news, all right. So, spooky picture resurfaces of Usher and Uncle Rush, aka Russell Simmons.
Now tell me, why is Russell Simmons cheesing so hard to have Usher sitting there? I don't know what, if he's naked and he got a towel right there. You know what I mean? It's just him and Usher. He just put this out. Why do Russell Simmons look so happy to have Usher right there, buck ass naked right there? Why is he so happy? Look at the veneers. You know what I'm saying? This is pure survival. Now, are you jealous of Diddy Glover? Because Usher and Diddy Glover's secret love affair is getting more exposure. So you decided to post this morning, sir? Why didn't you post this after the Super Bowl performance? You know what I mean? No, you just posted it just now. This is crazy, guys. All these grown-ass men had these boys when they was young. And you could just only imagine the horrific, the trauma, the mental abuse that they're going through. This is crazy. Russell just posted this.
Okay, it says, when I was at my lowest point. You can't make this caption up. When I was at my lowest point, I woke up and this man was sitting by my bed. Usher.
Now, Russell Simmons talking about when he woke up, Usher was sitting by his bed. So Diddy Glover woke up and he was fighting with Usher over cereal, and you woke up and Usher was laying in your bed, and you just posted that today. This is pure survival. We are surviving the industry. That's why we're not just surviving Diddy Glover. This is not just about Diddy Glover. Diddy Glover is just connected to everything that's going on. That's not my fault. You know what I mean? It's not my fault Diddy Glover allegedly was a part of all kinds of crazy shit. I'm surprised Russell Simmons, as scary as his ass is, that he's going to put himself back into the goddamn algorithm with this butt-naked picture with Usher with a towel, and he's smiling like a motherfucker. You know what I mean? This is pure survival.
You can't make this
You can't make this up. You can't make this up.
Button smash that subscribe and let's get right into the news. All right, so, spooky picture resurfaces of Usher and Uncle Rush, aka Russell Simmons. Okay, it says, when I was at my lowest point. You can't make this caption up. When I was at my lowest point, I woke up and this man was sitting by my bed. Usher. I had known Usher since he was a kid, but we really bonded because of our mutual love and self-discovery. Whoa, woo.
That's spooky. He posted the picture with Usher like that, butt naked sitting behind him, talking about something. I knew him as a kid, and we had like a secret love that was so. Why is you expressing your love for Usher with all this stuff going on right now, Russell? This is pure survival. So we're not only surviving Diddy Glover. Y'all got to understand, we are surviving Russell Simmons. We are surviving Jay-Z's hairstyle. We are surviving the whole industry. We are surviving Clive Davis' shitty diaper. This is crazy. It's just all this stuff is coming out right now, and it's very traumatizing. It's very traumatizing. And if you got any kids around, please cover their eyes. This is very graphic.
Okay, it says, when I was at my lowest point. You can't make this caption up. When I was at my lowest point, I woke up and this man was sitting by my bed. Usher. I had known Usher since he was a kid, but we really bonded because of our mutual love and self-discovery. Whoa, woo. Whoa, okay. And our belief in yogic science as a direct route to realizing God's conscious in ourselves. Remember this. A friend walks in, others walk out. I will never forget the generosity and spirit I witnessed in this man. I'm sure you won't, buddy. Hot, sweaty nights. I wonder if Usher actually responded to this, because this is a spooky post.
Yes, it's very spooky. It's very spooky for Russell Simmons to just out of nowhere just start expressing his love for Usher. Just start expressing his love, his deep inside love for Usher. You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing that for, Russell? Like, and then once all of the victims, the alleged victims, start coming back out on you, then what? If you and Diddy Glover want to fight over Usher in front of the world, I think y'all better keep that shit behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? Because one day, Usher may just make a confession. He did say he got a book coming out. You know what I'm saying? Because I think Usher, if he do say something, he going to cash out. He going to make a lot of money if he tell his story. Because we still going to love him as an artist, as a person. You know what I mean? So Usher's going to cash out. But it's for some reason, he really just don't want to give y'all up. But my whole thing, Usher mom, I wasn't being disrespectful. I'm just saying that if you allegedly trying to disown your son, I think that you wrong. That's just my personal opinion. You dropped him off as a little ass kid. You know what I'm saying? With that grown ass man. And now you want to complain about it. It's way too late. It's way too late to complain about something that you was in agreements with. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got paid for dropping that boy off. You know what I'm saying? So trying to get mad at him now is crazy.
So when you came to
You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
So when you came to Atlanta and your son gets into this group and he's doing well, you're his mother. How did you make sure that people didn't take advantage of him? I was assertive. Okay? I did my homework.
Well, it looks like Miss Johnetta either didn't do her homework well or she knew what was happening to Usher and didn't do nothing. I mean, by now you've already heard all the crazy things that Usher allegedly went through when he was being mentored by P. Diddy, right?
So I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you
I
seeing?
went there to see the lifestyle,
Right.
and I saw it, and it was, but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
However, a lot of people have also been wondering, where was Usher's mother while her teenage son was allegedly sharing a bed with a grown man? Like, there have always been talks about how much of a great mother she was for being so involved with Usher's career.
My mother has contributed everything to who I am and what I am as a person, as a human being.
So it's hard for a lot of people to believe that she didn't know what was going on. Did she let it go without saying anything? Did she have any power in preventing it? Here's the thing. When Usher was first signed to LaFace Records, as a young teen, his mom gave him to Diddy as a mentor. And at 14 years old, Usher moved to New York to stay with Diddy.
Remember, Usher went to stay with Puffy. Now that was a business decision right there. Because I didn't know Puffy. I didn't know him.
But for years, it has always been said that Diddy did more than just mentor Usher. Other than exposing him to adult stuff as a teen, there have also been rumors that Diddy also took advantage of Usher.
So Puffy was there, and I would never forget it. We had this conversation, and he said, "You're going to have to trust me."
Now,
And ma'am, I'm going to leave it with that. Diddy Glover told you that you were going to have to trust him with your child. And you did. And it paid off. But there have been so many rumors of crazy things that's supposed to happen with your son, and you never spoke about this before, ma'am. So respectfully, if you're threatening to disown him because you want him to come out right now and he's refusing to give Diddy Glover in, and you're more embarrassed about people saying stuff to you, like, why did you drop him off? And it's bothering you. Probably people you see every day is probably saying stuff to you now more because Diddy is all in the press. You know what I'm saying? It's like every Surviving series, it's hard for me not to speak about Diddy Glover because he's connected in every series. You know what I mean? If we're surviving Jay-Z's hairstyle, guess who's going to come up? Diddy Glover. Diddy Glover was all over the industry. Poor Usher. You're right. You know what I mean? Brittina, you're right. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I feel bad for Usher. He did so well at the Grammys. He got accused of taking advantage of Alicia Keys, and Alicia Keys looked at Usher more like a brother or girlfriend, or you know what I mean? Even Swiss Beats, he wasn't even threatened by nothing like that. So she knew Usher wasn't even on that time. That was all fucking entertainment. Usher went and got married that night. You know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure the woman that he married knows what he been through, except whatever he may like. You know what I mean? Behind the scenes. Because it's not about that. This is about right and wrong. And I'm telling you, ma'am, I think that you are wrong. Knowing you dropped your little juvenile son off with this man, and Usher was popping champagne before I even knew what champagne was. You know what I mean? And me and Usher got to be like the same age, or he may be a year older than me. I don't know. He might be the same age. I just turned 42. So I don't know, man. But this is pure survival. Salute to everybody in the building, man. If you're new to the channel, like and subscribe. You know, we're surviving over here. And we're going to go live again later on because I got to go into, it's a couple other new things that's going on right now. And I got to do some homework. But this was another crazy, yet epic, a little bit of funny episode of Surviving Usher's Mother. Surviving Usher's Mother.